Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nashville Heats, Heat number 1, about to get underway here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. It's just like the duels at Daytona. The Heats, you have to race your way in. Only 36 spots available at this racetrack compared to the usual 42. So, for those open drivers, only 2 can make it in each heat. Then, we go to a last chance qualifier, and the top 2 from that race they will be able to race in the main feature, if you will. It's kind of like, every other short track event in the country, pretty much. But let's get through your lineup here, set by practice. First practice in each group. So this is Group 1 practice. This is why they're Heat 1. Let's get through the lineup. Alex Williams starts on pole. To his outside, SG Craig. Williams, an open driver. He needs to race his way in. So does Sierra Reno in row 2, along with Mark Guerrero. Fleet Cruz and Tegan Fox take up row 3. Row 4 is Ryan Scarrett and Patrick Kamates. Row 5 is Kirsten Bell and another open driver, that is Jackson Brown. He needs to race his way in. Brandon Allen also needs to race his way in the 16 machine, along with Purep Stravostova. Well, he's alongside Purep Stravostova. Stravostova is locked in. Dan Sedgwick. I don't know why I said David. But yeah, Dan Sedgwick along with Doge Borkington. Borkington needs to race his way in. Just checking that I got the lineup correct. Yes, I did. And then it's Angel Gutierrez and Neil Dick. He needs to race his way in, Neil Dick. Leroy Conwell is on the bubble currently of the top 30 in earners points, but he's fine. However, Asher Evelyn is not. He needs to race his way in. Skippy Orson and last week's winner, Flandre Wilson, line up in row 10. Yeah, that is row 10. Okay, cool. Row 11 is Justin Perez and Caleb Rose. Both of them need to race their way in. Nelson Reeves and Kellen Short, they're fine, they're locked in. And in the final row is Christopher Lattimore, who needs to race his way in all the way from 25th. 50 entries, 25 cars in this heat. Only 2 will advance. Let's get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there we go, the engines fire up here for heat number 1. And someone already blew up. So that's a reset.
Drivers, start your...
Drivers, to your cars.
And the engines fire up for heat number 1. Even though it's not the main feature, there's still excitement here in Nashville as everybody starts rolling. Alex Williams set down a pretty good time in practice. He'll start on the pole pretty much, and now he's just got to hold off pretty much everybody else behind him as an open driver. Can he race his way in? Green flag is out, and we're underway here in Nashville for Heat 1. Side by side heading into turn 1. Williams trying to get the jump on Craig. Craig with the better equipment trying to get the lead to himself. Still side by side here as Reno peaks down low. Thought about making it 3 wide, backed off. And now Williams will clear out at turn 4 and he'll lead lap number 1. Reno trying to clear Craig now as everybody on the outside starting to fall back. Sheets trying to hang on to an open spot. The only threat right now currently is Brandon Allen right behind as he's trying to make his way through the field. Getting around Mark Guerrero currently. Jackson Brown, of course, started on the outside line, and he doesn't really have good equipment, so he fell back quickly. Very unfortunate for him as Reno and Craig, they continue to battle for second. Fleet Cruz right behind looking to make a move on both of them. And it looks like Reno will be able to clear, so she'll take over second place for now. So both of the open drivers already in. Did someone spin? Why are there tire marks? Hold on, let's figure this out. Quite the mystery we had right now. I'm saying it's Flan. Or maybe it was Jackson Brown. So there was a bit of an accident, kind of. It was Jackson Brown getting up into the wall and then getting into Purab Shrivastava. But he did not spin around. He held on to it. Held up a couple of the other open drivers, but everything is all right. No reason for caution. Head back to live scoreboard. There we go. Allen trying to get up into 5th place right now as Kirsten Bell moves up into 4th place as Reno, wow, takes the lead away from Alex Williams. I'm not sure what happened to Williams at all. Looks like he's got some side damage. He must have hit the wall, and now he's in trouble. He lost his lead as here comes Brandon Allen trying to take over that 2nd position for open drivers side by side, and he is gonna take it. Brandon Allen now into the show. Alex Williams in trouble. He's got to figure out a way to get back in. And he's got Doge Borkington right behind. He's still stuck on the outside line. He needs to get back down to the inside if he wants a chance at getting back into that 2nd position. But Allen is trying to move up another position as, oh, Williams is in trouble now. Here comes Borkington, another driver who needs to race his way in. He's gonna get around him. Now Borkington sits 3rd, but Allen is trying to move up a couple other positions. Trying to get into maybe 2nd place right behind Reno, who's also another open driver, who has just pulled away from everybody else. She is on cruise control right now. 31st in owners points, looking for a strong run in the Nashville Fairgrounds race. As Allen is really trying to get 3rd place. Frank thought about making a move on the 16, but could not. And now into 3rd place. 3rd place goes Brandon Allen. There's Workington behind, currently sitting in 7th. At least that's what the scoreboard says. And he might be in trouble losing that 7th position. Here comes Angel Gutierrez down to the inside. Doesn't have any room. And Workington will now try to get around Fleet Cruz. Try to pick up another position. Try to get closer to Brandon Allen. Workington raced in the 01, if you forgot about that, last weekend at Richmond. Because he didn't really do much in the 01, to be honest. He DNQ'd the race, and Team Monte Carlo decided to put their main driver, which is pretty much Doge Workington at this point, into the 01. Brock Moore had to sit out Richmond, pretty much. So he's trying to actually put his car into the race this time, unlike last time. And he currently sits 6th right now. What was that? Less than 10 to go here in the heat. 20 laps, as Allen looks like he'll pick up 2nd place over Kirsten Bell. And now 2 open drivers back 1-2 currently. Workington might be in a bit of trouble here, but he'll at least pick up the top position in the last chance qualifier, at least. If I set the lineups, that is. I probably will. As Williams falls back some more, he's now behind Justin Perez, who takes over the 4th place position among open drivers. Laps ticking down. Reno has pretty much dominated ever since Williams lost the lead. Jackson Brown hasn't really done much. So has E1. Mark Guerrero has fallen like a rock ever since the start of this race. It looks like most of these drivers will be heading to the last chance qualifier in terms of open drivers. Unless something happens to, I don't know, the top 2 if they wreck out or something. It looks like Doge Workington will be among those drivers heading to the LCQ, as Kirsten Bell and Dan Sedgwick kind of battling it out. Looks like Bell is holding on. Less than 5 to go here in heat number 1. And Reno leads another lap. Workington just stalling out in 6th place. Not much you can do right now, honestly. You got about less than 5 to go. I don't think that's enough time to reach Allen, who's safely in 2nd pretty much. Fastest lap belongs to Kirsten Bell, even though that really does not matter. Even though it's usually a bonus point, as Craig slides up the racetrack, almost hit the outside wall, but hangs onto it. 51 machine. And now 2 laps to go for Reno. Allen kind of closing in on the lead a bit, but it's not really going to matter. They'll probably stay 1-2 for now. Sierra Reno heads down the backstretch into 3 and 4. She will see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go. And 1 lap away from winning this heat and being in the main feature, the Budweiser 420. If you know, you know. She heads down the backstretch, 3 and 4 for the final time. Allen closing in a bit, but he's going to run out of time. Sierra Reno wins heat number 1 and is locked into the show. Allen finishes 2nd, Kirsten Bell 3rd, and Doge Borkington will have to head to the LCQ, but he will have pole in the LCQ. Justin Perez will have 2nd right behind him. He finished 10th. And welcome to Heat 2, ladies and gentlemen. Wasting no time here, let's get quickly through your starting lineup. As you'll see, a lot of open drivers here in the top 5, as Bandit Gallagher was fastest in Group 2, with WarioWare, another open driver, to his outside. Ezekiel Garcia Ball currently in second in points. He starts 3rd in Heat 2. And then Brock Moore to his outside. He is another open driver trying to race his way in. Riley Smith and Josh Eichenfelder in row 3. Row 4 is Owen McThydig making his return. He has to race his way in, currently starting 7th. And to his outside is Mark Evans. Row 5 is Manuel Sanchez and Kurt Perkins. Row 6 is Carlson Vebelst and Kyler Sistri. Is that row 7? I think this is row 7. It's Anthony McClure who has to race his way in, and Ronnie Martin to his outside. Then it's Michael Parsons and Dick Ball who has to race his way in. Row 10 is Peter Lane and Alan Rose who has to race his way in. Alex Davidson. Then it's no, this is row 10. Okay. Davidson and Santori Jr. who has to race his way in, the O2 machine. Then it's Matthew Hubert who has to race his way in. Caleb Blaine to his outside. Anton Alvarez and Montana Sherman in whatever this row is, row 12. And then the final row is Big Mac, the 77. He has to race his way in. That is your 25-car starting grid for heat number 2. Let's get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there the engines fire up. And just like in Heat 1, 20 laps, 25 cars. The top 2 in open drivers, in terms of open drivers, are locked into the show. And the top 2 currently are open drivers as they start 1-2 in row number 1. Let's see if they can make their way to the show. Green flag is out. Gallagher with a great start as he immediately jumps Ware into turn 1. As well as Ezekiel Garcia Ball right behind, trying to pick up 2nd place. But Ware kind of fighting back on the back stretch. Trying to get some momentum to swing his way as Gallagher will lead lap number 1. Still side by side for 2nd. Ware's really fighting. He's getting good runs on the front and back stretch. McThydig now fighting for 3rd right behind in terms of open drivers, I should say. Not in terms of position. As Garcia Ball almost clear for 2nd. Now he is. And Riley Smith right behind also picking up 3rd. As here comes Aline McThydig trying to pick up, trying to become the 2nd open driver in terms of positioning. And he will. And McThydig is currently in as Ware is in trouble now, stuck on that outside line. But so is Brock Moore as well as Gallagher continues to lead, being pressured by Garcia Ball. Some impressive driving by Bandit Gallagher, to say the least, considering that his equipment isn't as good as Garcia Ball's. That's for sure. He's DNQ'd a lot of races, but he's holding him off somehow. Very impressive driving by the 24, as he's looking for some improvement maybe for the second half of the season. as Ware has gotten down to the inside line. Now going to try to chase down McThydig. Moore still stuck on the outside line behind as he continues to fall like a rock. Here comes McClure trying to get in front of him. And there's not really a lot of other open drivers. So most of them are at the back. You can see Dickball, Santori, and Matthew Hebert. They're like in their own little group. As McClure had a chance on the inside right there to get on the 01 or on the 01, underneath the 01, but couldn't finish the job as Gallagher still leading. So Lee McThydig to close up a bit on Garcia Ball. Trying to make it 1-2 once again as McThydig is being threatened by Manuel Sanchez. Well, not threatened, but being pressured by the one machine. He doesn't really need to do much right now. He just does not need to make a mistake because WarioWare is right there. And he's looking for 4th place. He was driving it in there. Is everybody kind of getting held up by Gallagher? He's doing some really good defensive driving as I think McThydig... Oh, we're under caution. Looks like it. Yes, we are. Or are we? The pace car is not out, but Power Sistri went to pit road. Let's see what happened. Maybe a mechanical issue. Yeah, brake issue on the 55. Just try with the mechanical issue as he stops on the backstretch. I'm assuming that these drivers. I'm gonna try that again. So Kyler's just tried. His only problem was a brake issue, and he stopped on the backstretch. I think that's why these drivers kind of had a bit of a wild entry into turn 1, just trying to avoid the 55, but he gets to the pit road and no yellow flags wave. We stay under green in heat number 2. Gallagher has so far led them all as here comes Ware on the inside of Manuel Sanchez, trying to pick up another position. One position away from Lee McThydig as he's going to try to clear the one. Not quite clear yet. Sanchez fighting back. Just trying to get track position and get a good starting position possibly for the main race. As McThydig was pressuring the 17 a bit. He knows that Ware now is right behind him. They're coming in hot. 10 laps to go. Gallagher has so far led them all. As he'll lead another lap. Even though it's a heat, it's only heat 2. Only 20 laps. It still would be an impressive win for that 24 to win. To at least win something. At least. As now Ware trying to close in on McThydig. McThydig went a bit higher there. That's not very ideal. It's going to allow Ware to close up some more. This could be an intense race here for the final transfer spot here in heat 2. And there's the 55 coming back out on the racetrack. Kyler says try. Oh no, that screwed over Ware. He had to go to the high side and he's going to fall like a rock. Ah, that's some tough luck there for the 66. Just not much he could do there. As now he's going to lose a position, probably another. Unless Rebels catches up. He'll probably slot in right behind the one, but that's a position. That's like 3 positions right behind us. I think Bandit Gallagher just hit the wall, and he's going to lose the lead to Garcia Ball, and now this could be trouble for Gallagher. As McThydig is now battling with the 24, and Ware is right there. He picked up, he somehow held on to his positions, or got underneath Riley Smith and Manuel Sanchez. I mean, Gallagher was dominating. He was dominant. He somehow held off Garcia Ball for a ton of laps, and now he's in trouble of losing a transfer spot and having to go to the LCQ. That is a huge problem for him right now. And it might become a reality as Garcia Ball will probably cruise to the Heat victory. As Ware on the inside of the 24, battling for that final transfer spot. Ware's going to win the battle. Gallagher's trying to get to the inside line. Oh, he's kind of fighting back a bit, but he's going to be put 3 wide. And that might have just sealed the deal for WarioWare. Still tight there, still 3 wide. And Gallagher's going to fall back some more. He'll start second in the LC Cube, but very unfortunate luck hitting that outside wall. As Garcia Ball, 2 laps to go. McThydig with a huge run here, catching up to Garcia Ball. I mean, the Heat wins don't really matter, but might as well get one at least. Closing in a bit, might be a last lap pass. White flags in the air, last lap in Heat number 2. And couldn't quite make a move. Kind of didn't have any room, as Gallagher, I think, was battling Ryan Smith for a second, and he might lose another position to Brock Moore, but anyways, out front as, oh, Garcia Ball slides up! Here comes McThydig! McThydig's gonna win the Heat! Out of nowhere! The 91 wins it! On a last lap mistake by the 17! What a finish to Heat 2! Oh, boy. My goodness. Alright, LCQ time. Let's get through your starting lineup quickly here. Doge Borkington pretty much with pole, I guess you could say. Then Bandit Gallagher to his outside. Justin Perez and Brock Moore, they take up row 2. Row 3 is Lattimore and Tony Santori Jr. Alex Williams and Anthony McClure in row 4. Row 5 is Caleb Rose and Alan Rose, both with the last name Rose. No relation. Row 6 is Asher Evelyn and Dick Ball. And then it's row 7, Neil Dick and Big Mac. And in the final row is Jackson Brown and Matthew Hebert. That is your 16-car starting grid. Only the top 2 make it from this LCQ. 40 laps, double the length of a usual heat. Let's get this race rolling.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the engines fire up, the cars are rolling. Gonna be intense battling, probably, maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens here in this LCQ. The top 2, Borkington, Bandit Gallagher, green flag is out. We're underway in the LCQ. And Borkington got an amazing jump on Gallagher, who's trying to clear Perez and hold on to second place. As Borkington slides up the track, almost had a chance for Gallagher to get on the inside of the 14. Very intense start to this one. And Borkington's going to lead lap number 1. Gallagher slides up a bit. That's going to open the door for Perez here if he can get to the inside of the 24. Whoa, goes to the apron, and he lost all his momentum, holding up the inside line. Brock Moore is going to get around it. Now he's trying to get second place over Gallagher and trying to make it a Team Monte Carlo Motorsports 1-2 here in the LCQ. He's going to clear the 24. Well, not quite. I spoke too soon, but now he's going to clear him. And now, Borkington and Brock Moore, they are teammates 1-2 currently. Gallagher now falls back to 3rd, might fall back to 4th if Perez could get on the inside of him. He's been frustrated by the 24 so far in this race. And he's got to go quickly. Got to get around the 24, who has worse equipment compared to the 18. But it doesn't matter where you finish. If you finish 3rd place, you're not racing. You're not racing in the main show. As Williams will get to the inside of the 24 as well. Oh, Evelyn almost turns Caleb Rose around, but Rose hangs onto it. Might have a battle for the lead here soon. Brock Moore has caught up with Borkington. Thought about taking the lead, split up a bit. He's going to allow Justin Perez to close in a bit. As Gallagher continues to fall back, Evelyn now fighting with the 24. Here comes Hubert as well. Oh, Bandit! Almost hitting the outside wall there. Trying to hang on to it. He hangs on pretty well there. yeah, things have calmed down ever since that first lap where it was pretty insane, just to say the least. Perez now trying to catch up to second place, being Moore right now, who's trying to chase down his teammate. Perez lost a bit of time there on the 01. Oh, sliding a bit there. That was the 18. So got some battling behind. And yeah, Lattimore continuing to fall back, and it looks like Rose hit the outside wall a bit. Lattimore almost hitting the outside wall. There's Gallagher, who continues his struggles, to say the least. Just falling like a rock on that outside line. Just very, very unfortunate after starting second. And somehow holding on to second for about, like, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. Williams trying to go for third place meanwhile. Maybe has a better shot at battling for the top two as he hits the apron again. Perez almost left him no room, almost cleared himself off the 00, but he's going to pick up second place, or excuse me, third place. Now going to try to chase down second place. He started first in Heat 1, might I remind you, as here comes Caleb Rose on the inside of Perez. Whoa! Got enough room, Caleb Rose. As Perez slides up, almost hits the wall. Evelyn now underneath the 18, and Perez probably going to drop like a rock here. Moore continuing to pressure his teammate, trying to get the lead for himself, even though the win does not really matter here, as he's taking the high road. I'm not sure why he's doing that. That's going to allow Williams to close up some more, and could be in trouble. 30 laps to go, by the way, as Borkington from pole continues to dominate this LCQ. Still being pressured by Moore. He got a really good run on the front stretch. But can't get to the back bumper of the 14 yet. Williams is chasing both of them down. He looks like he has a ton of speed. He has the fastest lap. Okay, that explains it. That explains a lot. Moore still putting on pressure on Borkington. Got a really good run, I think, that time by. Cuts the deficit a bit. Now peaking just a bit down low, trying to pressure his teammate. I mean, if these two go side by side, that's going to allow Williams to close up even more, and that might be trouble for both of them, honestly. But you can tell Brock Moore really wants the lead right now. He has a fast race car, probably faster than Borkington. But he just doesn't have any room. He just doesn't have a chance to get on the 14's inside. Especially considering Borkington also has clean air helping him to his advantage. So, yeah, the 01's just kind of stuck right now. It's got about 25 laps to go. I mean, it's twice as long, but it's going to go as quick as probably the Heats, as I think Williams hit the outside wall. He's got some right side damage, and now he's in trouble. Dropped a lot of time between the top two, so pretty much probably settled the top two right now at least. If Williams maybe cannot catch back up with that damage, but it shouldn't affect him that much, as we're coming up on the halfway point. Almost 20 to go. See, the gap grew slightly, so probably settled right now on the top two unless something bad happens to these two, which has happened before. That has happened before, so I wouldn't put that out of the way. Wouldn't put that out of my mind just yet. As Moore, driven in too much. Slides up a bit, gonna lose time to Borkington again. It's gonna allow Williams to close up some more at least. Unless he makes a mistake again, which could possibly happen, or lose third place to Asher Evelyn, who is kind of pressuring the 00. Still has the fastest lap of anybody in this race currently, which is about 16 drivers. Gallagher now sits last. Looks like he made contact with the outside wall. So unfortunate. Dominated his heat. Hit the outside wall, and now he might just DNQ another race. Along with these other drivers here. Neil Dick back in the 47 again after subbing in for an injured Alan Rose. Just not going to cut it. Battle for the lead going on. Brock Moore versus Doge Borkington. Moore trying to get it. Borkington trying to hang on. That's going to allow Williams to close in some more. Halfway to go in this LCQ, and Brock Moore is your new leader. Borkington might as well just hang on to second for now. You lost your lead, but hey, you let your teammate get the lead instead. You're both going to be in it right now, as long as things stand where they stand. Unless Williams gained some time here, he only gained like a 1/10 of a second. So nothing to be worried about yet. Might as well right on with Borkington, maybe. You can see Williams there. Moore's kind of pulling away from the 7-14, not 17. Garcia Ball is not here. He's locked in. He's fine. He's just chilling. As we're about to reach about 15 laps to go. I told you it would be pretty quick, just like the Heats, as Moore will lead another lap. Oh, Moore slides up a bit. That's going to allow Borkington to maybe close in again. I got to give props to Williams here. He's cut the deficit down to 2 seconds. And he just lost a ton of time there. Never mind. No props. 15 to go for Brock Moore. Probably will not have to sit down for the race. As long as Borkington holds on to his second place currently. And Williams does not get there. Yeah, he lost some more time that lap again. But Borkington did as well. Whoa, Williams slides up. That's going to not help his case. Evelyn almost got to the inside of the 0-0 there, but looks like Williams will be able to hang on as Moore pulls away some more. Pulls away some more from his teammate. He is second fastest, so that kind of makes sense that he would win this battle. Oh, Borkington sliding up a bit. That might be some trouble. Stay out the outside the wall, man. And he does. He does a pretty good job of that. And actually closed in a bit on his teammate. Meanwhile, Evelyn now picks up third place right behind. And now is in prime position if something happens to these two to pick up that final transfer spot. Maybe take the lead if they wreck each other out, which I wouldn't doubt. It's Doge Borkington. Not saying that he's an idiot, but I've been around him. Moore is about to come up on 10 laps to go here in the LCQ. Don't make a mistake, just cruise control right now. You're in prime position to race in the featuring the creature. And he's almost got a second lead on his teammate, who is also pretty safe as well, I would say. So, yeah, nothing to worry about for Team Monte Carlo Motorsports, team owner Manuel Sanchez, who races for HKS Ronnie Racing, so they have a bit of an alliance there, so nothing to worry about right now, to say the least, as Neil Dick now takes over 16th. Moore pulling away more from the 14, but yeah, Borkington's got a pretty safe gap between him and the 12 of Asher Evelyn. As Moore leads another lap. Pretty much going to lead the half the laps for Moore and the other half for Borkington after starting on pole. The gap kind of closed between the leader and Evelyn, so that probably means Evelyn closed a bit on Borkington right now. And as we're coming up on 5 laps to go, 6 to go this time by. Borkington did close in somewhat, but so did Evelyn. That could be a bit of a problem for Borkington. He does not need to make a mistake. It's almost about... Still about a second, I think. No. Yes? I don't know math. I'm not very good at math. 5 to go. for Brock Moore. And now it's down to under a second, between second and third right now, as Moore pulls away from his teammate. And Evelyn did gain some time, and Borkington sliding up, almost hitting the outside wall. Cannot make a mistake like that. He cannot afford to do that right now because Evelyn is almost there. Evelyn is almost on the back one for the 14 right now. And you got about 3 laps to go coming up. You cannot make a mistake right now, or else you won't be racing in the feature. And that probably means Moore is probably sitting again, so can't let your teammate down. Can't let your whole team down again as Evelyn continues to gain ground. It'll be 2 to go for Moore and for pretty much everybody else. Workington got 2 laps to hold on to that second place. 2 to go. Not pretty much focusing on this battle here now. Not focusing on what Moore is doing because he's all by himself right now. But Workington has to keep calm, keep doing what you're doing. White flag this time by for Brock Moore. Workington has 1 more lap to hold on to his second place, and he will be racing in the main feature. Evelyn, though, is trying to change that. Maybe a last lap pass coming up, trying to pressure Workington into a mistake. Looks like that will not be the case. Moore is going to win the LCQ. Workington's going to hang on to second. Well done there by Doge Workington. He'll be racing in the main feature. Evelyn tried to mount a late comeback, but could not get the job done. That will be another DQ for the 12 machine. So, I'll do it for the Heats and the LCQ today.